Hello and hi everyone. Today we would like to present about a case study. The title of our case study is A Study on Ungku Omar Polytechnic Students' Satisfaction Towards Library Facilities. First of all, I want to introduce myself. My name is Nurul Najwa binti Abdul Rahman. My registration number is 01DKA18F2026. Then, I would like to introduce my group members. Firstly, my group members is Nurul Shaliana binti Makhtar. Her registration number is 01DKA18F2016. Next, it is Anis Sofia binti Muhammad Zulkifli. Her registration number is 01DKA18F2032. Our objective of the case study are to evaluate student satisfaction in using library facilities at Ungku Omar Polytechnic. Second, to determine the problem related to library facilities at Ungku Omar Polytechnic. And lastly, to propose ways to improve the library facilities at Ungku Omar Polytechnic. The research question for our case study is, how satisfied are the students with the library facilities? Second, what are the problems they encounter as a library facility users? And lastly, how can the library facilities can be improved? For methodology, we have instrument, sample and data analysis. For instrument, it is questionnaire and observation. For sample, it is population size. And for population size, the minimum of respondent is 40 respondent. And then we also use demography such as gender, department, semester and something else. And the last one is data analysis. For data analysis, we only use pie chart and bar graph only. This is our sample questionnaire.
The pie chart shows student comfort using library facilities in UOP as a library user. The two segments are agree and disagree. 56 students were involved in this survey. Based on the graph, it can be seen that the bigger percentage of students, which is 79%, agree that library facilities are comfortable. Those who disagree that the library facilities are comfortable were the lowest, which is 21%. There is a stark difference of 58% between those who agree and disagree. Based on the analysis, it can be concluded that majority of the students totally agree that the library are comfortable for UOP students to use. The pie chart shows student conductive environment on the library in Ungku Omar Polytechnic. The two segments are agree and disagree. 56 students were involved in this survey. Based on the graph, it can be seen that the largest percent of students, which is 92%, agree that the library environment are conducive for them. Those who disagree that library environment conducive for them are the lowest, which is only 8%. Surprisingly, there is a hard difference of 84% between those who agree and disagree. Based on this analysis, it can be concluded that majority of the respondents totally agree that library environment are conducive for Ungku Omar Polytechnic students.
The analysis showed the bar graph about frequently library facilities using by UOP students. The vertical axis represents the number of UOP students and the horizontal axis represents frequently using library facilities. There were 56 of students who took part in this research. Based on the graph, it can be seen that the frequently UOP students using library facilities in printing service record the highest number at 30 students. Then the number of students in personal computer record 11 of students lower by meeting room.
However, frequently UOP students using library facilities in reference book was lower by 25 of students compared to printing service at 30 of students. Based on the analysis, it can be concluded that frequently using library facilities is where using by UOP students through more students using printing service than the personal computer. The analysis showed the bar graph about the problem UOP student as a library facilities user. The vertical axis represents the number of UOP students and the horizontal axis represents problem library facilities. There were 56 of students who took part in this research. Based on the graph, it can be seen that the number of UOP students for less reference book and poor connection is similar, to which is 24 students as a library facility student and have the highest recorded. Then the unsatisfactory computer facilities record the lowest number of students at 17 UOP students. Meanwhile, the lack of printing facilities recorded lower than poor internet connection at 22 the number of students. Based on the analysis, it can be concluded that frequently using library facilities is where used by UOP students through more students have problem less reference book and poor connection than the unsatisfactory computer facilities.
The analysis of the pie chart shows the frequency of computer should be maintained. The 4 segments are once a week, more than 2 times a week, twice a week, and never. 56 respondents were involved in the survey. Based on the graph, it can be seen that the largest percentage of respondents, which is 44.07%, choose once a week to maintain the computer. Those who choose never is 6.78%, and it is the lowest. There is a big difference of 1.69% between those who choose twice a week and more than 2 times a week. Based on this analysis, it can be concluded that majority of the respondents choose once a week to maintain the computer at Unku Omar Polytechnic Library for student and staff satisfaction. The analysis on the pie chart shows the rating for internet connection in Unku Omar Polytechnic Library. The 5 segments are very bad, bad, normal, good, and very good. 56 respondents were involved in this survey. Based on the graph, it can be seen that the largest percentage of respondents, which is 69%, choose 3-star, normal, for the internet connection. Surprisingly, 2% of the respondents choose 1-star. It is very bad. There is a huge difference of 67% between those who choose 3-star and 1-star. Based on this analysis, it can be concluded that majority of the students choose 3-star about the internet connection in Unku Omar Polytechnic Library. The conclusion is our respondent for this questionnaire is 56 respondents. Based on the finding, it can be concluded that half of the respondents use their percentage of students, which is 79%, agree that library facilities are comfortable. Percentage of students, which is 92%, agree that the library environment are conducive for them. However, the main problem related to addiction as a library facilities user are poor internet connection, 27.6%, less reference books, 27.6%, lack of printing facilities, 25.3%, and lastly, unsatisfactory computer facilities, 19.5%. For recommendation, Polytechnic should organize plenty of extracurricular activities to help students more attractive to go to library. When they want make a discussion by grouping at the library, they will be more attractive by having the conducive environment. The suggested activities in the library are: prepare a room for playing game, make a library open day in every month, storytelling program contest. Every course should organize field trips or education visits for get attractive Ungku Omar Polytechnic students to come to the library.
Good morning, life. Good morning, sun.